working. Underworld Ministry.
What's up? We're back. Did you miss us?
I got the merch on.
It might not look like it, but I got.
What is that?
I got somebody else's merch on.
What is that? Ashmore Estates? What is that?
That is indeed Ashmore Estate.
Oh, thank you, Robin.
Yo, it's nice and cozy, and it's mine. I stole it from Chris.
I appreciate the hoodie. Good looking out. Thank you guys.
Not only am I wearing somebody else's merch, I'm also wearing our own.
But it's been a couple weeks since we've been here talking to you guys. But we have a new guest.
We do.
We're going to follow with the tradition that we've been doing this season with spooky locations. I don't think we've done. We did Ohio State Reformatory.
Yeah.
So we're going to prison, back to jail. You know we like the jails.
This is what, like our third jail?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
I'm okay with that. I'm happy with that.
I'm happy not going to jail. These jails, yes. Not going to jail.
The only time I'll willingly walk into a jail and say hi.
But here's our guest this week. And if you recognize this jail, I don't think you know this jail or the story of this jail.
Where is this jail, Chris?
It is in Indiana.
Yeah.
And it's very famous for another reason other than being a historic jail. If anybody's watched Public Enemy or know about John Dillinger, this is the only one in jail that he ever escaped from.
I feel like such a bad investigator. I don't know who that is.
John Dillinger?
No.
John Dillinger was a bank robber back in like the 20s or 30s, I think it was. And he was public enemy number one, and he got arrested. And he got shipped to this jail. And the lawyer got him to stay there. And he escaped with a wooden gun that he carved out.
Okay.
And stole the sheriff's car.
Well, all right.
Yeah. But let's get back into that and talk with our friends Sandy and Jacqueline, because they know so much more about it than we do.
Yeah.
What's up, guys? How are you?
Thank you guys for joining us last minute.
Oh, yeah. So we were supposed to have another guest, and now we have you guys, which we've been trying to get you guys on here forever, and something just happened. I don't know.
It's always something when it comes up to ghosts.
No, I think the last time we talked, we were going to talk, and one of us had to go to the hospital.
Probably one of us.
So I don't remember who, but
yeah,
we're here.
Yeah. Hey, well, before you guys said you're having storms there right now.
Yeah.
So you're kind of hot for us.
Uh-oh.
Like we're catching audio, but video's freezing and you break up a little bit, but we'll hang in there.
Yeah.
Yeah, you guys are kind of glitching too. We're in Florida, so we're heading the very start of hurricane season, and it is going full force.
Okay.
Hold on. You get to see our awesome room. Maybe that'll stop the
our
glitching.
messy room.
Does that help?
Just hide that right there.
It's still glitching.
Is it?
That's all right.
Okay.
We'll power through.
Yeah. So explain who you guys are. What do you guys do at the jail?
So my name is Sandy Boyd, and I am the president of the Old Sheriff's House Foundation. And we own the jail. We're a 501c3 non-for-profit, and there are 9 of us on the board.
That's awesome.
I'm Jackie Thompson. I'm the vice president.
Nice.
That's cool. So how do you guys get into owning the jail?
Well, I've been here 14 years. I started as a volunteer, then a board member, and I've been the president for the last 4 years.
Nice.
That's awesome.
I've been here, I think, this year, and I started volunteering with the haunted house, and then just never left.
That's how it starts.
I'm a haunt junkie for 13 years.
Nice.
Yeah, we're going on our 14th year of the haunted house.
Yep.
Wow.
That's awesome.
That's cool.
I just got my new Frankenstein mask back here.
Ah, cool.
Yeah, they I've worked for Field of Screams, I've worked for Hollow Scream, I've worked for Screamageddon, I've worked for a lot of different haunts. I'm definitely a haunt kid.
Yeah.
But
Oh,
Well,
wait.
since we're a non-for-profit, that's how we have to raise all of our own funds.
right,
So the haunted house is like one of our biggest fundraisers.
okay.
Gotcha.
Now,
Yeah.
I always ask this question because I know like Eastern State Penitentiary does it, Pennhurst does it. With it turning it into a haunt, does it ramp up activity more, like paranormal wise?
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Actually, every year we have a couple people leave because they get messed with so bad back in the back by the cell blocks.
Like
Aw.
actor.
Wow.
Yeah, right. Our actors.
Wow. No, not me. I'd be like, oh, dude, I'd have set up a webcam. I would have done something. So,
Well, it's funny because Jackie and I are both guides for the haunted house.
yeah.
And there's times we've stopped in the dark to wait for the group to catch up. We've had conversations with people that aren't really
Weren't
there.
Wow. So, like I was saying in the introduction, I don't know too much about this jail, and it was so last minute I didn't get to do any research on this. The only thing I know is about the Dillinger escape. What how haunted is this jail? What's some history about this jail you guys know?
So the sheriff's house and the 10-cell jail was built in 1882. And then there were additions put on in 1908 and 1929. So it's 3 floors, over 150 cells, and it shut in 1974. There's the claim to fame. He escaped in 1934. But we had a lot of the big Chicago gangsters come.
I didn't know that. Like I said, all I knew was Dillinger. That's really cool.
We were just voted the 6th most haunted location in the United States.
Heck yeah.
Nice.
That's
Congratulations.
Yeah.
So what other names did you know that were in there? Was it like Babyface or more gangsters like that, or
No, we had like James First Salmons. He was Capone's hitman.
okay.
Frank McErlean, who was a beer runner and rival to Capone.
Okay.
Homer Van Meter, who was part of Dillinger's gang. Those are some of the bigger names.
What's up, Tim? Tim said hello.
You got some love.
So do you I know Dillinger and everybody was in there for not that long. Do you still get like the ghost of Dillinger there, or kind of any energy there?
No.
We've never really felt too much of Dillinger himself.
Right.
Yeah.
I knew he was only in there.
And plus, you have a lot of.
I'm sorry, what were you saying? We cut you off.
Oh, that's okay. Yeah. No, he was here for about 3 months.
Okay.
But we had a lot of other like serial killers, local serial killers, and inmates like that also.
So typical jail, there's murders, there's rapists, there's petty thefts, there's was it all kind of just everybody crammed into cells with each other, or was there like a death row? Like, did they keep them separately, or?
We did not have a death row county jail, so if you were sentenced to death or a longer sentence, you would go to like a state prison.
Okay.
But like our criminal cell blocks were 4 guys to a cell, general population 2 people to a. Overcrowding was terrible throughout the whole history of the jail.
Yeah.
Had a lot of people here.
It's a beautiful building too. Like I would have never thought that was like a jail at all. It kind of reminds me of
Like a poorhouse.
this is what the house in St. Augustine looks like too. It kind of just looks like a really fancy house. Sorry.
Yeah, the front of it that you're seeing is the sheriff's house. They were required to live there by law until 1956. So that front part has a living room and dining room and bedrooms upstairs, and the jail is adjacent in the back.
Gotcha.
So I think I have. Oh, I don't. Maybe, yeah, that's. I thought I had a better picture from the side. Oh, yeah, there we go. So the whole front of this looks like an old gingerbread or like a gingerbread house. And the back building here, that's
It's
the jail.
Yeah.
Wow. That's.
Yeah, it actually goes to the next street behind. It's a full block width or length.
Oh, I didn't know it was that far. That is, I wish I could have found like an aerial view. So this is the same warden that I saw and know about in the movie and everything. This is the warden when Dillinger escaped, correct?
Sheriff.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, Sheriff Lillian Halley.
And then she was super confident that nobody could ever escape her jail. And then Dillinger escaped. Do you guys know anything about her?
Lillian's husband, Roy, was the sheriff, and he was shot and killed in the line of duty. And they finished his term up to do that for her husband. And it just so happened that was when Dillinger was brought in.
Okay. No, this is.
She was the first.
Sorry. Go ahead. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
She was the first female sheriff in Indiana.
Nice. Good for her.
Wow.
Yeah, she.
Now, other than the Dillinger escape, was there any other tried to escape or did escape?
In 1957, George Brown, the Indiana Dune Slayer, escaped with 5 other men. They were all caught and brought back. And then after that, with so old and overcrowded, there were a lot of escapes that happened. That's why they built a new jail finally and moved all the inmates.
Got ya. So it was just a deteriorating.
There
you go. That's the word. So it's just falling apart around them, basically.
Yeah.
Yep.
So the restoration on the building has been a lot over the years, but we've tackled so many structural issues. And that's what we continue to do, is preserve not only the building, but the history of it.
Right. Which we love you guys
Mhm.
for that, because
We
it gives
love
us
history.
places to go
Yeah.
and investigate.
Yeah.
So this is the car that he stole, the sheriff's car, while he was escaping, correct?
Yes.
I watched it on, what was it, Expedition X with Josh Gates, I think it was, or it was one of those ones with Josh Gates.
Expedition Unknown.
Yeah.
Oh.
Expedition Unknown.
Oh yeah,
Oh.
there you go.
We love
That's-
Expedition
yeah.
Unknown and Josh Gates.
He did the whole Dillinger thing. And how did you guys find the car? Like, they never explained that part. How did they, like, it's coming back down with all the officers and everything and stops in front of the jail. How is that found?
There was a man named Mike Love. He was a huge Dillinger collector, and his wish was to find. And he passed away, and Mike, his son, just that was his goal, was for his dad. And searched, and there were a lot of false cars that came up. He found one that he could manage. And he had it completely restored, and he was bringing it back to Crown Point, and that's when the Discovery Channel found out about it. And they honestly told us like 2 days before that Josh Gates would be bringing it back to Crown Point. They didn't even tell us.
Oh wow!
Wow.
So it's kind of,
Yeah.
hey, surprise. So are you guys hearing something?
No.
Yeah, I did. Something in the jail. It's fine.
I forgot to tell everybody that's watching. They are live in the jailhouse right now. Well, not in the jailhouse, but the sheriff's house. So they're in the jail right now
Right.
house while they're speaking with us.
Yeah.
So they're on location.
So if you look,
hear anything.
if you look that way, that door right there,
Yeah.
goes directly into the jail. It is connected to the living room that we're sitting in.
Oh.
Wow.
So when we hear noises, it's in the jail.
Did you guys? So with like the warden and everybody living there, I've always wondered that, because like Ohio State Reformatory, they live there too.
Yeah.
Did they ever have any problems with like inmates coming into the sheriff's house and nothing like that?
No, there's 2 large steel doors that close between.
Gotcha.
But honestly, times were different. Inmates that escaped just they got out. They didn't try to break in,
Yeah.
It was just a different time.
I mean, what was going to happen if they broke into the sheriff's house? They're going to go right back into the
Well,
jailhouse.
yeah, I know that. I always thought that, because like so we have a jail that we investigate here. It's called the Gilchrist County Jail, and it was built like before that the wardens had to live there. So the warden would leave at 6 p.m. and not come back till 6 a.m. And then they'd be there all day till 6 p.m. and they would leave and go home again. So I never knew like if anything happened between the people the family that's living there or the inmates. It was a question that I was thinking of. But I have a couple older pictures of the jail. Is this how you guys found the jail, or?
No, this is the initial construction of the jail in 1908.
Wow.
Yeah, that was when they were building it. That's the famous tunnel. It's really just this long hall that connects to the 1929 edition in the back.
Mm-hmm.
But that tunnel is pretty famous for activity.
Nice.
So I tried to keep them in order. If they're a little bunched up, I'm so sorry. We'll get through it. What happens in this? What happens in the hallway? Like, what What kind of activity?
Well, I don't know if you found the other picture on there of the tunnel with the white mist in the middle.
I did.
It was on the Facebook page, I think.
Oh,
Yeah, see, there you go. But this is just one of those areas, if you just stop and stand in there, I don't know. Like sometimes faces appear in your face.
yeah.
Your head gets messed with. We've caught 3 foot tall little figures on thermal cam running through there.
Oh wow.
I don't know. It's a weird.
It is a weird area. And it's pitch black. Like you can't see anything when you're in there.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Lee's
Henry
jail.
Lee, that's our buddy.
My boy Henry.
Yeah. Hey, Tim. Nice. Tim Coomer's on. Tim's having an event here in like 2 weeks. A ghost hunt outlaws. That's going to be fun.
Yeah.
Tim and I talk all the time. He's a good dude.
Oh, yeah. He's been here many times.
So is this one of the new additions? It looks a little newer. Or is that part of the older?
The first edition was in the last edition.
Uh-oh.
Did I lose you?
You guys are breaking up a
We're
little.
here.
Hold on.
Can you hear us?
I might have to switch to my hotspot.
Okay.
Sorry, give us 1 second. I got it.
Sure. We can still hear you. Yeah.
Okay.
Go on my hotspot.
So what part of the jail is this?
We call it universal.
Mhm.
Okay.
Because that's the guard walk where the movie was filmed. So that's why it looks so pretty. That's Hollywood magic.
Yeah.
All painted and
Yeah, they filmed some of the movie Public Enemies with Johnny Depp here. He played John Dillinger. So they did a lot of restoration when they came in. You guys still there? I think we lost you.
We're here.
Did you get me back?
Oh,
Am I good? Okay.
Okay.
I switched to the hotspot, so hopefully the connection's better now. I think it's starting to storm out there.
Oh yeah.
There again.
Okay.
So we should be good. I hope. Hello.
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 Sorry. Yeah.
All right. So what part is this? Is that like a observation room or?
No, this is that door you see right there is a safe, but this is as you're walking through booking to go into the main jail.
you were pointing to the
Pointing. They can't see me pointing.
I do the same
I
thing.
did, too.
I do.
I'm like,
the
hey,
same
look at
thing.
that on the screen.
That was weird. Yeah, we didn't hear any of that.
You sound like robots.
Uh-oh.
Can you hear it better now?
No, we heard now.
Can you hear it's better now?
We can hear you.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know.
Like we said, every time we try to talk about ghosts, something happens on StreamYard.
All the time. We'll
Yeah.
We'll be all right.
So is this the same hallway? And just
Yes.
in the dark?
Yeah.
It's a creepy
That is
hallway.
a very creepy hallway.
I would send Sarah down by herself.
Yeah, and that's actually part of our haunted house too. So you get all creeped out during that also.
I'm already creeped out.
Is that kind of you just send people by themselves to walk down there, or?
We've done it different ways over the years. Sometimes we have like a laser light show going on through there, so you get really confused while you're in there. And sometimes it's just straight in the dark. This year, I think we're putting the laser swamp in there.
That's cool. I think that just being pitch black, not knowing where you're going, that's the part that I like, I guess. I don't know.
Oh.
Yeah, we twist and turn people around so much in there that when people leave, their first thing is like, what just happened?
Yeah.
Like, and that's our favorite thing. We thrive on chaos. So that when you're in here, you have no idea where you've been or haven't been. It's really confusing. It's very chaotic.
Oh, yeah.
And we do that on purpose.
That's the way haunted house
so you have
is
no
supposed
idea.
to be.
What?
Oh, so that's the way the haunted houses are supposed to be.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So we got Ticket Lead events. Tim, send that to me on Messenger, and I will share that on Underworld. So I'm looking down at the hallway. Is there something reflective down in the hallway, or
Is that just our screen being gross?
No, there's something down there.
Yeah, I've seen it on both screens.
yeah? I didn't know if it was like a water fountain or
No,
That's
no,
weird.
there's stairs at that. Whatever that is off to the side of the stairs.
yeah.
But we catch these kind of anomalies in that hallway all the time.
Huh.
We do a tunnel challenge. Now, halfway down that hall, there's a door that goes off to your left. You can't really see it in your picture, but we set 2 chairs down there back to back by that door, and the tunnel's completely black, and we just leave you in there.
Wow.
Yeah.
Where do I sign up?
No,
What are we doing? Are we doing the SS or
I don't like being alone.
just sitting there, or
Oh, you can do whatever you want. You
Oh.
just stay there.
I'm down?
Usually we tell you just to sit in the dark and just experience it and listen.
Yeah,
Because we have found in the jail, if you run around looking for them, you'll never find them. You
Yeah.
need to sit and let them come to you
yeah.
because they will.
Wow, that's
But
whoever took this photo is really freaking good.
Yeah.
So
that's 3rd floor juvenile.
Oh wow. So was that 1st floor adults and the 3rd floor is all juvenile, or
Men, women, and kids.
It's all split up. So like the front part of the jail, you have like trustees and regular, like a criminal cell block, and the big general population cell block, women and federal. And then in the back part of the jail, you have juvenile and then 4 separate criminal cell blocks.
wow, that's cool. Whoever took that picture is really cool. I like that picture.
Yeah, I'd have to look at who shared that with us, but yeah, very cool picture.
These next couple ones, I can just 100% see shadows going across this.
Oh yeah.
Like, is
Okay.
see
So
shadows
this one-
in there, or
This one right here is trustees. It is included in our haunted house, but for ghost hunts, this one we have you stand in the doorways of the cells and you will literally get pushed out or pulled in.
No.
wow. Hey, I need to get in here. Now, do you guys see shadows in between the doors, or is that one of the known things?
Shadows. Yeah, shadows. The light will just randomly black out. That's that you see coming through the doors.
Well,
Yeah, I can see
Now,
shadows.
that is the big cell block on the second floor where Universal Studios filmed.
okay.
Now that cell block is crazy because you can go in there and it won't feel that bad, but it can flip really quick. We've gotten like backed out of that room a couple times. Yeah, Tim, exactly. We've caught a lot of stuff over the years.
Now, when they were filming there, did they have any experiences while they were filming that you know of?
I think Johnny Depp said that he felt like somebody was watching him the whole time. But like we've had many documentaries filmed here, other films. We're even in a rock music video that they filmed upstairs.
That's
But
cool.
during like some of the one time when they were filming, the director, I think it was, just got like a spontaneous bloody nose.
Wow.
Just random stuff happens.
Wow. Now, with it being a jail and being violent and having criminals and everything, do you guys have a death toll that's from the jail throughout the years that it was open, or?
It's really too numerous to count. There were
Okay.
so many inmates. We know like stories. We know there were people that took their own lives, set themselves on fire.
Wow.
And
Very
accidents.
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 Is that accidents from correction officer to inmate, or inmate to inmate, or?
Inmate to inmate.
Okay.
And we do have like all the newspaper articles that go with those names because we have a bunch. Oh yeah, Christy said when the camera fell during Paranormal Survivor. Yeah, filming and their camera got pushed over.
I remember that show. That was the whole Zach Bagans. You bring the random teams in and they investigate, correct?
No, we don't do Zach Bagans here, but it was Paranormal Survivor and Ghost Hunters.
Oh yeah.
I remember Ghost Hunters.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't blame you for Zach. We don't bring that name up here. We've heard many stories of why that doesn't happen. Where'd I go? There we go. So this is in the cells that are in the same room as the big dorm, right? Or no, did I just show that?
Yeah, that's the big cell block we call Universal.
Wow. So are these like original doors, or?
Well, if you look down on the bottom, you can see like it was a giant cage, and somebody cut the bars off at some point. And our hope is one day to get them welded back on because they should be all up around the entire thing.
Okay.
Yeah,
I see.
it.
I thought they were doors. Oh, they're the walls to the cell. Oh, that's weird.
Yeah, why somebody would cut them off, I don't know. But
I'm trying to sell them, I think.
Yeah.
Memorabilia, maybe.
Yeah.
That's weird.
Upstairs in the house.
Oh, see, that is a pre-renovation picture of the sheriff's living quarters upstairs in the house.
Mm-hmm.
All of that has been newly plastered and painted and looks amazing now.
Nice.
So I have a couple pictures of the renovations.
Yep, that was what we started with.
Yeah. So
looks like
when you got it, how bad off was the house? Like, was the house worse than the jail, or?
the house is 1882.
Oh wow! And how long was it from when they left to when you guys got it? Like, was it? You said there's multiple owners. How long was it abandoned? I guess.
So the jail shut down in 75.
Mhm.
And then somebody bought it, but they bought other buildings too and left this one to kind of sit and rot. And then the old Sheriff's House Foundation picked it up in 1989. But at that time, the whole house had like linoleum flooring, fluorescent lighting, all the wood was painted. So the restoration has been really extensive to this point.
Right. Bringing it back to that time
What it should have
period
been.
of what it's supposed to be, or
I'm sorry, I didn't hear you.
where are you bringing it back to that time period?
Yeah, 1882.
Nice.
Wow. Now, do you have like former pictures of what it looked like, or you kind of just staying at that time?
We don't have a lot of interior pictures. There are some, but we're just like taking it back to its bones, you know?
Okay. So just naturally letting it come back to life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Got it. No, I like these random old cell gels. Do you guys still have original beds like this in the cells, or?
Yeah, the jail itself, especially third floor, we haven't really touched. We work a lot on structural issues, not so much pretty. So
Yeah.
there's still inmate belongings up there and clothes and shoes, and we
Oh,
just leave them up there for now.
I would do that just to make sure they're comfortable because you're already restoring the rest of it. They're already starting up activity.
yeah. Do you guys have you guys gotten a lot of activity while you're restoring it?
We did what?
I didn't hear it.
Oh. Ooh. Hold on. Bring it closer.
The volume isn't the issue. You keep on breaking up really bad.
Oh.
Oh,
I forgot what I asked. What did I ask? Oh, do you guys have a lot of activity while you're doing the restoration?
It's kind of
Yeah.
just all the time. It doesn't matter what we're doing.
Sometimes
Okay.
we go in there and we have to tell them, we're like, guys, we are here to work. Leave us alone or pick up a broom. But
Yeah.
we have things to do.
Right.
Don't
So-
scare us out of here.
When you guys both first got in there, how long did it take before you guys had an experience?
Well, I came in and just started doing tours as a volunteer. And at that time, they didn't allow anybody in except on the regular tour route, you know?
Yeah.
And once I started exploring the jail, I talked to the board that was here and said, you know, hey, if you let me do ghost hunts, we can make money, you know, for the restoration. So that's how the ghost hunts started. But I mean, the first time you come in, you can feel it. Like,
Oh,
you
yeah.
know, there's stories here.
For sure. Now what is your craziest experience that you've had at the jail?
What kind of things have we experienced?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know for me, there's a lot of touching and grabbing, and sometimes there's mental stuff, like you get emotional overload. There's been times I've been in there where I'll just burst out crying, and I know it's not me. And you have to literally go outside before that feeling goes away.
Tons of shadows, full body apparitions. I mean, you name it, it's here.
Yeah.
And we've experienced them. So
Now I know you have like investigators and everybody coming in. Anybody? I know we don't. You already said you guys don't mess with ghost adventures or anything. Was it only ghost hunters that came through with like TV and all that stuff, or
We're not hearing you. You said, is it only ghost hunts?
is it only like ghost hunters that have been there, or is it you guys have bigger teams that come through, like TV productions?
I'm sorry, we're not catching what you're saying. It sounds robotic.
Okay, hold on.
I'm so sorry.
Florida.
Yeah, storms.
Can you hear us better now?
Keep talking.
Can you hear me better now? Testing, testing, testing.
We can hear you. It's a little robotic though.
I don't know what else to do.
I think we're right in the middle of the storm.
It might be your storms.
Yeah.
Every time.
We heard that.
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah, there you go. That's what I was trying to say.
Christy's asking, anyone else come in?
Has anybody else came in, like Ghost Hunters or like Paranormal Fear or
Project Fear.
Project Fear?
Oh, Ghost Hunters, Paranormal Survivor, Ghost Brothers were here. I don't know.
History Channel.
Yeah, Discovery Channel, History Channel. Mysteries of the Abandoned. That was fun. Those guys were awesome. They were from England. A lot of minor, like smaller documentary people have come in and filmed for different movies and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's cool. Sorry. Thank you. Who was it?
Christy.
Thank you, Christy. I don't know what to do with my mic. So there's a bunch of writing on the wall. Is that pretty much everywhere in the jail?
It's mostly, it is everywhere. You find different things. We always tell people that if you see it carved in, chances are that was an actual inmate. But the women's ward, for some reason, is covered. That picture that you just had up is from the women's ward. And the walls in those cells are covered. It's just names and not birthdays, but ages and just little sayings and quotes all carved in.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah, it also says there's no place like home.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow.
Women are more likely to do that.
So we have a couple more. So is this part of? Is this after being restored, or?
Yeah, this is the dining room in the house.
Okay. Do you guys have like events there, or like dinners, or?
Yeah, we just had a huge event this past weekend. It was a Dillinger event. It went over very well, but you can rent the place for parties. And we've had murder mysteries and scavenger hunts and hide and go seek and
That's cool.
anything fun we can do. We definitely will.
Seek in a jail.
Absolutely.
We do ghost story nights where we have speakers come in, tell ghost stories. We feed you desserts and stuff, and then do lantern walks through the jail.
That's cool.
That is awesome.
Yeah.
I want to go play hide and seek in the jail.
Hide and seek was hilarious because we threw it out there on Facebook like we get like a week in advance or 2 weeks.
Yeah.
And we told you we'll give you 20 minutes to hide. We get 10 minutes to find you.
Yeah.
And if anybody knows a jail, there is nowhere to hide. They didn't want inmates hiding, right?
Right.
And if you've never been in here, we just throw you in there. Now you've got 3 floors, cell blocks, stairwells to figure out where to hide from us.
Yeah.
And we turned on the music really loud. And we said, when you hear the music stop, we're coming for you. But they didn't know that we were all in our Halloween costumes with chainsaws and everything else coming for them.
Wow.
Yes! That is awesome!
Wow.
Yeah.
Way to traumatize some people.
But you know, the one person we did not find was a 9-year-old little boy. And his dad would not give him up.
Wow. Go
They
Dad.
They got free tickets to the haunted house.
Nice. Now I was going to ask you, what was the prize when you guys won?
The tickets to the haunted house.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Tim says, I know some hiding places.
Well, Tim, you know some hiding places.
I bet you do,
The general
Tim.
public do not.
We'll try in 2 weeks. We're going to have you hide and we're going to come find you.
That's so awesome. That's so awesome. Oh, let me...
Oh. No, you're gonna rip it. You're gonna rip it.
I gotta...
Uh-oh.
I know you can't really see it, but I'm a chainsaw guy.
Is
Oh,
it?
nice.
Oh, I see it. Cool.
I have a better picture, but it wouldn't come off the mirror.
Hey,
So-
you get in costume and you can come volunteer it. Pick a night if you're down in Indiana.
I wish.
Up.
We're in good old stormy Florida weather. But I would love to go to Indiana. Do we know anybody in Indiana?
You know us.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. I think you're our first guest from Indiana.
So.
Boy, you guys have been missing out.
Right?
No. So where is I have a really cool thing about like old doors. I don't know what it is. Maybe autistic, I guess. I don't know. But can you tell me what this is?
That is actually really cool because it's back behind the kitchen. There's an old dishwasher there on the side, like a mechanical dishwasher. And that door there, we thought was chained shut. We didn't even open it for years. But come to find out, it wasn't even chained. And when we opened it, it's an old like cooler where and it's got like a pie safe in it and everything where they would store food that needed to be kept cold.
Oh yeah, it does look like a little freezer door.
Yeah.
That is awesome.
It still has secrets here.
Yeah.
We still find stuff all the time.
That was gonna be my next question. What's some cool stuff that you guys have found?
Me and Christy, actually, that was just ago. We went through one time and all of the rails where the door mechanisms were.
Yeah.
And above the doors, and we just kind of put our hands up there and we found magazines. We found a full pack of cool cigarettes. We found a pipe for whatever they were doing. We found a little tiny bottle. Don't know what was originally in it, but it was a green bottle, glass.
Yeah,
we did not find a shank.
They stashed all their
Still
stuff
time.
up in the door things.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, and just like, I don't know, not even a month ago, one of the people that was here doing volunteer work went back into a closet that we hadn't got to yet and found this literal huge bell that hangs on the wall like an alarm that you would set off if there was an escape. We didn't even know that thing was back there.
Right.
Wow. So is this what you're talking about?
Yep.
Yeah, they would stash stuff up in those door mechanisms.
Huh. That'd
Yeah,
be the place. I figured that'd be the first place the guards would look.
Yeah.
they didn't.
You would think.
That's so. What is this for the windows or?
Yep.
Okay. I was a little confused for a second.
Yeah, that would open and close all the windows. Because obviously they didn't have air conditioning and they had radiator heat, and that was it.
Wow. No, that's.
You imagine having to open and close that every morning and night?
It'd be better than us being in the jail in August again.
Oh.
I know exactly how that feels. We just did an investigation at the jail that we like going to in August, and it was like 90 degrees outside and like 100 something in the jail.
I'd rather go back during Halloween.
Yeah, I couldn't imagine being in that jail locked up in with like 4 other guys. That just it seems miserable.
We have well, in fact, it's Dillinger's cell block. But in 1966, a newspaper did an article on it back there. There are 6 cells, 4 people to a cell, and a day room. But there were 55 men in there. That's how bad it was overcrowded.
Holy moly.
Yeah. I mean, they just threw mattresses on the floor.
Like I can't, like I know how irritated I get when I'm sweaty and hot and can't get away from anybody. Like that's just a recipe of violence and anger. I'm so glad I didn't know.
No, you wouldn't survive.
See, having conversations like this just makes me not want to go to jail even more.
Oh yeah. Well, and there were riots here, and the inmates set their mattresses on fire.
Yeah,
there were a lot of fights.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like this pure irritation all the time. But were they back in those times? I know they did like chain gangs or like free labor and everything. Was that a thing at this jail or?
No, they would use the trustee inmates. They were the guys who were trusted to do jobs around the jail and come back. But those guys would work the kitchen, work the laundry, do the painting, do the sweeping, the mopping. That's mainly it.
They didn't send guys out to dig ditches and
no.
That's, I mean,
mainly because we're county.
Okay.
We're not like a state prison.
Okay.
Yeah.
Got it. No. I couldn't even. It looks like a pantry.
That is 3rd floor, and it was like a records room.
Okay.
There were like a bunch of books and tons of stuff in that room. And again, that shows a lot of damage that was done just through neglect of the building.
Yeah.
So, yeah, we still have areas like this that we need to get to eventually. But they're kind of cool.
Do you guys log all the books and everything that you guys found? Have you guys gone through all that?
Yeah, we have a ton of stuff here. We have a lot of original inmate cards, like with their names and their offenses and all that stuff on them. And we have a bunch of big log books from like 1904, 1907. We have an 1889 criminal court book that shows like, what they were going to court for. And it's all in this amazing calligraphy with ink, like the real ink pen.
Yeah.
Yeah, and just tons of binders and photos, and there's a lot here.
Wow.
Yeah, like behind us on the wall, that is all the sheriffs that lived in the house from 1882 to 1956 when they changed the law. So like you can see when, if you come in here, you can see all their names and, we know stories about a lot of them.
That's
Right.
cool.
Now, do you have? Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
We do regular history tours too on Saturdays.
That's cool.
You guys have? Do you guys have certain names that stick out more of like paranormal wise, or inmates, or warden, or sheriffs? Sorry. Do you guys use more names and have more activity with certain names?
Yeah, some of them I mentioned already, but another one is Anne Cunningham. She was a woman here in 1925. She was 49 years old and had blue periods, but she killed 3 of her children with arsenic. And they exhumed her husband and son's bodies also because they died mysteriously. That's one, she interacts a lot, especially like with the SLS camera. So she's kind of a jail favorite.
Yeah.
So is it more of a females get messed with in the guys' cells and the men get messed with in the female cells, or?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It is funny when a man gets groped. It is very different.
I've never been groped. I've been sniffed. Yeah. Yeah. I've had whistle. I've had somebody whistle in my ear. Yeah.
Being rushed out and coke is enough for me.
She doesn't go to the upstairs section of Gilchrist because something rushed and choked her. And then like literally she's running to me saying that she's been rushed and choked, and an EVP on our buddy's camera says I did it.
Oh, yeah.
Like, straight ahead, like I've been rushed and choked, and she ran out the jail, and soon as she said that, as somebody said I did it, which
I did.
Yeah, that's another video for another time. I was trying to read what this says.
Choppy?
Oh, but if you look above, you see that old sticker?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You remember the old stickers that would have real products but with messed up names?
Yeah.
Like, I think that one is the Awful Bits, like alphabets, cereal.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of, I think they were like 70s stickers around the jail. It's kind of funny.
Huh. So it's like a big scavenger hunt trying to go find stuff that you haven't found.
I think the name is Choppy.
Choppy.
Well, we did have a hatchet slayer up there. Maybe that's Ulysses.
You had the what? Hatchet slayer?
A hatchet slayer. He killed a few women with a hatchet.
Wow.
Oh.
That's nice.
Okay. Do you guys have record books of what all the inmates are in there for?
No, but I do a lot of research on newspapers.com. So if we have their inmate card, I can put their name in. And a lot of times you get their whole story from newspaper articles.
Oh, that's fair.
That's cool.
I didn't know if you found any record books, like login books or anything. What was that? Carla?
Yeah. See, we closed in 75. So that was an inmate.
Wow.
What is that?
That is second floor across from graffiti. In the back.
Yeah.
In the back,
Okay.
yeah.
So I have a couple more pictures, but it's more towards the haunt. I was gonna ask, since you guys are there and like right at the door, are you able to go through the first floor with us and walk in the jail?
Are we going to do what on the first floor?
can you guys walk through the first floor and let us see what the jail looks like on the first floor?
We could try, but we'll probably lose you at some point. But we can try to at least go in, partway into like past booking if you want to try.
Yeah, that's completely up to you guys. I was just seeing if you guys would be up to it.
Just remember, it's probably a brick building, so they probably have very bad signal in there.
Yeah, because of all the steel and cement and brick. But
Yeah.
we could try. I've done it before and it's worked. But we'll give it a shot.
Yeah, that's up to you guys.
If you want to go in front and we'll get the lights. Okay, we're going to walk that way. So as you can see, we're going to go through this door in the house. Steel door. And we're going to let Jackie go get the lights. She's running. Okay, we're in booking, right? And we're going to go. What? Oh, okay. We're going to go into the middle part of the jail, and hopefully we keep you for a little bit here. So I can do. Okay. So I'm going to tilt you back. So you can see it goes 3 floors.
There we are.
Wow.
Oh no.
Oh no, we got you.
See, it
You're
goes
good.
all the way up.
Yeah,
That is awesome.
that is horrifying.
Can you see?
Yeah.
Okay, so do you like the tunnel light? If I go further that way, I'll lose. Okay, this is that tunnel. See how it goes back?
Hold on. I think it takes a second to
Catch up.
Oh yeah, there we go.
Awesome. You guys still with me?
Yeah.
Okay. And we're losing you back there. Sorry.
That's fine.
Yeah.
We're gonna go dark. We're gonna go dark. Ah!
Run.
Ah!
The ghosts are gonna get you.
Okay.
I appreciate you letting us see a little bit. That's really cool. Now,
So
do you
our
guys-
names are Scooby and Shaggy.
I was just about to ask, do you guys go in there in the dark a lot or no?
We try to go in by ourselves, but most of the time we don't make it very far.
No?
We've seen what that jail's done to other people, and we don't want it to happen to us.
Yeah, I don't blame you.
Wow.
I got choked once,
Oh.
and that was kind of terrifying.
Yeah, it is.
Sarah knows all about that one.
He thinks it's funny.
Yeah,
I went back up there and I was very stern of, you don't touch my lady. And the first time that I went into that jail, so I'm like 300, 6'1", like I'm a pretty big guy, and I take up the whole hallway because it's not a very big jail. I don't think people back then were as big as I was. And I got hit in the chest so hard I couldn't breathe for like 20 minutes. Like it literally hit me like right here. Like something like punched me, or I don't know what it was, but yeah.
wow.
I like my haunted jails. I love them. But you guys do, like you said, you guys do a bunch of the haunted house. And it's called Criminally Insane.
Yeah.
That's awesome. So was that kind of let you guys let us do the ghost tours, let us do the haunted house so we can raise more? Was that like the same kind of talk as the ghost tours?
We didn't catch what you said.
What is it? You know what I'm trying to say? Did you have to talk them into letting you do the ghost tour or the haunted house?
I heard haunted house.
Ooh. I don't. Did you have to let them? Did you have to talk them into letting you do the haunted house, like the ghost tour?
Oh, initially, yeah. Yeah, because I wasn't on the board yet when that started. So yeah, we definitely had to talk them into it. But once they saw that, the money started coming in, of course, they're okay with it now. And we've gotten so much bigger since it initially started, and now we're known in our area,
Right.
Yeah.
So everybody kind of gets excited when they know when the haunts come in.
Yeah, and the kids too, they're like a family, and I call them kids, but a lot of them started with us when they were like, 15, and now they're like 25,
Yeah.
But they're kind of always our kids. Yep.
Yeah.
Right. That's what I say. I'm almost 40 years old and I still consider myself a haunt kid. Like I don't know what I don't know.
Yeah.
Is this your group?
An old one.
That was like our first year.
Oh
my God. What was that?
Dillinger.
Oh, sorry. We just got scared really bad.
what happened?
There's a loud.
There's a Dillinger cutout in booking that was on the floor. She put it back up when we went through, and there was just a loud bang, but I think he just fell again.
Oh.
I was running. I was taking you with me. That's why I'm Scooby.
I'm Shaggy.
I'm like, we're going.
We can finish the conversation outside.
I was out here.
So sorry.
I thought they were coming to get us.
You guys walked in there and interrupted them.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh, okay.
It's fine.
Musa. All right. So you said this is the first year?
Yeah, this is an old one.
That's actually my son is in this picture on the right-hand side with the bloody face and the plaid.
That's how Jackie got involved.
That's how I started because that nut job got me into it.
That's awesome. Now, how long have you guys been doing the haunt?
What?
Did you say how long?
Yeah.
This will be our 14th year.
For the haunted house, yeah. Tim saw us run.
Tim's well aware that we are runners. If you see us run, you better run faster.
No, I'm going to run towards it.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
We'll wave to you as we're running past.
Okay. All
Go
right.
get it. Go get it.
Which way? That's all I need to know is which way. Where am I going? So with the haunted house and the ghost tours and everything, you guys have little mugs that the Dillinger escaped here, morning inmates. Is that, do you guys sell everywhere or is it kind of just a local shop?
It's our gift shop. It's in the front parlor. So for regular Saturday tours and stuff, we have stuff in the gift shop, or for ghost hunting groups. We open for booking in March each year, and then we book up within like 3 weeks. We're booked for the season.
Oh, wow.
And groups come from long distances sometimes, and we just have the gift shop there. If, we have some paranormal stuff, some Dillinger stuff, some jail stuff, just a little variety.
It's fun stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, Tim can't run.
Hey, Tim, no, I'll get chained up and blindfolded with you. What's up? We'll go back to back. Let's do it.
There you go. Challenge.
I'm not scared. Let's go. But if anybody's watched the show, this is the end of the show, and we like doing a thing called the question of the week. Dun, dun, dun. Do. That's all we get this week is do. All right.
I was gonna say there should be like a theme music.
I've been trying to find one.
Every time I do it, so I'm done doing it.
I've been trying to find a really cool one, and I can't find it yet. So you're gonna have to deal with Sarah's do. So we will play the comment or play the question. We will give our take. We'll take yours. Anybody in the comments, write your answer in the comment. Or if you're watching this on YouTube later, leave it in the comments. We like talking to you guys. Here's the question of the week. So, the question of the week, if you die in the jail, do you think they stay in the jail?
Yeah.
Or do they?
Where else are they going to go?
I don't know. What is your take of being in that jail for as long as you guys been in the jail? Do you think that's true or?
Well, we do have a pact that neither of us are dying in this jail. If anything were to happen, we both know, drag us out to the.
Is that why you skedaddled?
We don't want to die here just in case, because I have no clue. I think it's more where your energy takes you. It's not necessarily where you die is where you're going to stay. It's where your energy is, either good or bad. But that's my opinion.
Right.
And I've put, blood, sweat, and tears into this building. So this is where a lot of my energy goes. So I have a feeling I'm going to end up back here no matter where I die.
Well, I just figured because of like the murder, like you don't like a murder from like behind or a suicide or, you not necessarily know that you're passed away. You kind of just end up living on the life that you think you're living, or I don't.
I feel like some of the ones here don't want to leave because they don't want to get that judgment that might come if they leave here. Some of the ones here, I think this was like their best life when they were here. This is where they had power and control, and they were top dog inside here, whereas outside they may not have been.
Right.
So I think they stay because they have power here. But I don't know. I don't know. But we also feel like they don't come in the house at all. The energy in the house is completely different. So whoever's in there, I think they still feel like they're doing time.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's the way I thought it was. But
Thanks.
Great conversation, everyone. See you soon, Sandy and Jacqueline. I can't wait to come home.
We'll see you soon, buddy.
Before we go, is there like Tim has an event there? Is there anything you guys like to promote before we go?
We just got random stuff going on, but our haunted house in October, last 3 weekends of October. No.
October 11th will be opening night.
Yeah. So find us on Facebook or our website, oldsheriffshouse.org.
October 10th will be opening night.
October 10th opening night for the haunted house, or on Facebook. We'll post all of our events on there.
Oh, Crown Point. And this is their email. Oh, I had your email.
Yeah, and that's our email down there. If you want to ask us anything.
Got ya. Well, I greatly appreciate you coming on and trying to hear what we say.
Yeah.
We didn't
Yeah,
catch
you
that.
guys are kind of robotic. Ooh.
That was loud.
Yeah.
But
Exactly.
I greatly appreciate you guys coming on and hanging out with us.
Yeah,
If you heard-
thanks for inviting us on the show.
For what
Definitely.
you can hear.
And sorry if whoever was watching, if you guys can hear us. I can't control the weather, but it was a great show, and I would love to talk to you guys again. I don't know if you guys can hear me or not, but
Kinda.
We'll catch you again when you have beautiful skies.
yes. All right. Well, have a great night, and we'll talk to you again later.
All right,
All right,
thank you.
thank you. Bye.
Bye.
Have a good night.
Remember,
You too.
always